TI winners clash, but with some notable exceptions here. A mid-lane matchup is going to be one to keep an eye on, Avery, as we've got Bryle versus Laurel. Everybody's talking about the stand-in for Team Liquid and how Bryle is going to fare against such tough competition. It is a very technical hero.
Yes, the box save also suffers versus Dispel, which I think teams are going to start to prioritize more and more.
Sure.
As we fight for the 6-minute rune, and neither team guesses right.
Miposhka does manage to block in Boxy. I don't think this is a fight he wants to take. The dagger is pretty tough to beat in one-on-one situations. Meanwhile, Rue is there on the other side trying to secure this power rune, but at the same time, they're going to be able to pick up the kill on Rue, and Bryle is not done yet, but a final enchant totem hit will snag the kill. Trade-off of support for Core, but they do manage to get the first blood. Laurel once more, and he'll have it too. He will get a second kill out of this matchup.
Base damage, just so good.
Boxy's gonna be in trouble, rather. Boxy, he thought he can maybe pick up the kill on Laurel, but Miposhka sets up Laurel for a triple.
Extremely tanky in the early game. Your spells are not strong enough to punch through this guy, and if you ever get hit by totems, you don't have the early armor to deal with it.
Yeah, literally the only thing that was missing for...
He's dead again.
Yeah, he is. The only thing that was missing in this matchup for Earthshaker was like chip damage, which he now gets off of his passive, right? Of all the, we saw how many times he was getting hit. Saberlight's gonna die in the bottom lane, gets boxed, but he does manage to get a little bit more damage out. Maybe boxed, he finished the job. Miposhka takes out from the dagger. Radon's gonna be in some trouble as the cold feet will take him out as well. So Liquid do manage to get a bit of a rebuttal there.
Very technical here.
Very technical.
It takes a very strong support player to play Ringmaster we're seeing here.
And of course, that's why you were having so much trouble playing the hero. The ancient stack. Saberlight making the call. Somebody help me out here. Ice Blast is coming in. They're all going to try and go for the Saberlight kill, but at the same time, they got baited into the Ice Blast. I don't think they realized A was level 6. As a result, Radon goes down. Now Coil out onto Miposhka. He'll die as well. They do manage to pick up 2 kills. They lost a majority of the ancient stack, though.
Whoopee cushion. Aggressive whoopee cushion.
Hits him with another dagger. Slows him down. Does he have more in his pocket? 3 more seconds. It's going to take too long. Rue, nice sidestep there. He's been performing very well for Team Spirit. But
there's been a little misexecution on their side and a lot of nice recovery on Liquid's.
Yeah.
I mean, this support duo is one of the best in the world for a reason. They just made a lot happen from some pretty bad positions. Looking for the, not the 12-minute rune, but looking for the kill that would lead into it.
Waning Rift into trying to get position for the coil because they say that's all they need from the puck. As long as you hit the coil, you got the Ice Blast. You hit the Ice Blast alongside the Wukong's command. There's nothing Team Spirit can do. They have no save.
And Radon just sitting here watching the enemy carry make the move ahead of him.
And now Radon, Liquid haven't left, sir. Okay, another failed wheel there. But it does keep some of the other heroes from Spirit a little bit at bay. They still want to be able to pick up this run-on kill and do manage to get it. The silence is out onto the puck, in some trouble, re-silence up. We can see this is why the Muerta is so deadly for the puck. Silenced again and again and again. Now going after the Ancient Apparition. Turns around, tries to go after Rue, but he activates his ultimate. Mickey can't do much about that. They go for Miposhka instead, but a dead shot stops. No, actually does manage to get off the epicenter, slowing down these heroes, but Saberlight is met by Laurel, and Collapse will deliver the final blow. Chasing after Boxy next, but
send the illusion in.
Keep going. Yeah.
Super chaotic fight. And Liquid overstepping a bit as they feed some kills towards the end with the Shake coming in for a big
from Spirit, coming through the gate, 3-man smoke up. They're going to be behind Liquid here. Now Liquid have already divested a bit of this position.
They have a good ward down here in the jungle. They want the Monkey King with the Centaur Blink.
Okay, they know he's around here. They know he's in the trees somewhere. He's gonna break it, collapse! Oh, he was so close. How did Mickey get that quick of a reaction? And now Liquid almost seem to want to try and get a punish out of this situation, setting up for the epicenter, thinking about pumping it, but not pulling through with it. Mickey is going to try and make the initiation instead. The Ice Blast going to be off the mark. No, does manage to hit Collapse as he blinks into it.
This is so awkward.
But a missed Wukong's command, a Burrow Strike's going to land onto Rue. They're trying to get anything they can out of this situation. Insani on the side does end up going down, and with Laurel and Radon joining the fight, Liquid have to retreat.
I don't want to take this fight without the A Blast, especially if they don't have vision for a good setup.
Still thinking about turning it around despite it being a 4 versus 5.
Yeah, but you have to go on supports here or the gyro.
Hit Miposhka, try and get a quick kill out of him, but he's going to be able to snowball up. They throw out the wheel and help a little bit. No, Echo Slam goes out. They do manage to get immediate burst strike off that one, but the burst damage isn't going to be enough. The Epicenter keeps on taking a little bit more damage. They manage to finish off Laurel. A big core down inside of Spirit, but Liquid are on the retreat with their support, trying to back away from Radon while Bryle executes on the side. Does manage to pick up the kill onto Rue. Radon and Collapse are still healthy enough that Liquid do not feel like they can keep going. A 2-for-3 exchange. Who was that benefiting, Avery? Because number-wise, it says Liquid, but they did lose two of their really important cores.
I mean, Bryle getting that kill at the end really helps him. This is, again, the support.
Okay, now it's got to be Liquid.
Yeah, support's making plays here. Any fight that goes even for Liquid right now is technically a win since they're behind from this early game. The Gyro living is big for Spirit. At the same time, Bryle living is really nice for Liquid. And you did get the Monkey King kill.
Another fast play. Liquid continuing their typical tempo. Ice Blast coming in. Maposhka can't see it coming. He snowballs for a bit of relief, but he will find none inside the Sandstorm. Instant burrow to his death.
A haste room for the puck. It's a deadly place to be right now. You're just getting run down. No time to set up the map.
Yeah, Team Spirit constantly on the back foot, stumbling it seems. But this time,
burrow.
Do not lose Rue. Saberlight, yeah, held off on the burrow perhaps too long. Maybe it was on cooldown still?
I guess you can argue flat cannon's maybe a little more reliable than hitting a big Wukong, but that's about it.
Yeah, they're like
the guy you want to jump.
I mean, they're gonna go for it with the Ice Blast. They feel like, oh no, the Stampede. Laurel jumps into the Ice Blast, but with the Stampede, they're all able to escape. And Radon hit one hell of an ultimate out there. Tower's gonna fall. Radon chasing after heroes.
Yeah, that was not it.
He's caught Mickey. Mickey forced to use the Wukong's command defensively here to try and reset. A flat cannon shot. Tries to dodge it so he can jump away into the trees in case Spirit chased for more. But all they'll get, hopefully started a good fight.
Screams, suck it. And he puts his hands off the keyboard. He is going early BKB. That's his disengage item, or his item to just stand there and ignore all the spell damage.
Got an opening. Collapse.
Ooh,
It's the initiation, finds Boxy, who actually did have a kill streak going on. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Saberlight also going to get caught here by the two-man team. Maposhka and Radon. Rue going to join him. A second
really
pickoff.
nice.
Back-to-back, Team Spirit beginning to pick up some pace here.
When Spirit are ahead, they rarely group up as 5, unless you're looking at that ultra late. They are often looking for 2 plays at the same time. So they don't just put. So that's also a pretty low committal, high value play.
Yeah.
They can do the cross map smoke. Another classic Aegis play.
Yep.
I don't think they want to go high ground too early in this game, so I feel like they're going to do one of those other options.
I feel like they're
will
strong
look for
enough
the
to
tusk
force it.
pick off.
Got the pick off. Oh no, box save.
He might be
for
silent
now, but he's still stuck inside the calling. An Epicenter comes out, but there's really no damage threat behind that. Not anymore. Stampede got to be used to catch up to that Sand King. They try and save him with the wheel. He burrow strikes away, but the dead shot will still find its mark. Now Boxy, he turns around for a fear. TP out. A stun is there. 3 kills.
This is getting a little out of hand right now because Radon didn't even go to this fight.
Yeah.
He's just pushing in bottom. He pushes in mid, farms extra jungle, continuing to accelerate super far
They
ahead.
are comfortably sliding in to Liquid side of the map.
I mean, Collapse is even considering a BKB later on here after he already went to early pipe.
Okay.
It's just insult to injury, right? It's just like, what are you going to do to initiate on these heroes and bring them down?
Trying to go for a quick kill onto Laurel here. Laurel, he will activate his BKB. Now Liquid need to disengage. But Boxy, he's not able to hop out of this danger.
Not too bad.
Likely stuck in a Glimmer Cape. Actually going in for more. Collapse hit the stomp on 2, though. And Saberlight was not able to get off a good Epicenter. He's going to try and charge it up now. Hit by the Fisher and knocked down by Radon before any more ults go out. Now Mickey, he commits to the kill on Collapse. And now he's man fighting up against Radon with the rest of the BKB. He will get that Aegis. TP's away. Snowball to stop him. A punch. That'll stop the TP out. And Mickey will not have the damage, and he will not have the defensive capability to take the rest of the fight.
Maposhka's position is just so good. The fact you get that punch on the BKB Monkey is so sweet here for Team Spirit. And I mean,
Yatoro, I'm pretty sure, saw Mickey making his way through here. Maposhka stays up in the high ground. He's actually scouting Bryle here.
what is...
Pops out. Oh, quick punch! A box goes out, but he is almost dead. He will manage to get off the phase shift and, oh, doesn't blink away. What happened there? Instantly tagged, I suppose, by the Aghanims from Radon. He didn't do the blink to the direction he was facing, I guess.
Yeah, trying to go a different direction to maybe hope he escapes, but there is no escape from the gyrocopter.
He was probably facing the wall. He was probably facing up, right?
I think
So, like,
yeah, I
if he
think he
blinks
felt
up,
he
he's dead anyway.
couldn't
So,
blink off the map, but
yeah.
oh, this guy-
Perhaps the best late game team in Dota.
Who would be confident down 20K against prime teams?
33.
What do you? I'll tell you who I know would be. There's one guy I absolutely know.
Samael?
Seb, for sure, dude. That guy would not care.
There you
He
go.
would genuinely not care.
Hell yeah.
He would be wrong, but he would not care. He would lose, but he would believe he would win.
Trying to get the BKB out of Radon. Got it.
I mean, that Silver Edge is already done, by the way.
Yeah, it was Shadowblade Silver Edge and like
Yeah, sold the
space of
Falcon
2
Blade.
minutes.
That is so much burst damage. You combine that with the punch here, with a boxing glove, and you are smacking some kids out of that Silver Edge hit.
You can see Team Spirit just setting up traps. Saberlight tries
That's a bad
to punish. Instead, will find himself punished.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hard go, but it's probably not aware you're sitting on that obs. Really deflates that play instantly. Gem on Collapse has controlled the map. Not a lot of vision available for Liquid. They're looking for any kind of scraps here. That's why North Americans invented the Hand of Midas, so that you can recover. Okay? So you gotta play to the situation, Austin. You gotta evaluate these things like a North American player would.
That's true. And there's no more true North American player than Ben Merlini Wu.
That's exactly right.
Boots of Travel, Hand
And
of
what was
Midas.
he known
There's
for?
no greater comeback than that.
What was he known for? Boots of Travel, Radiance, Juggernaut. You split push down the lane, you spin your TP out. There's nothing more North American than that.
Mass TP's the other side of the map. Liquid are going to find themselves not in a great position. That Burrow Strike came a little bit too early. Saberlight hit the window too early on and will quickly die for it, as will his supports.
Got spooked.
I mean, I can't believe Mickey and Bryle are still going after something here. They're going after Laurel. Laurel bumps himself up to the high ground. Okay, he's going to be good for now. Saberlight bought back into this game, TP'd in, and died immediately. That's a dieback for Saberlight. Mickey still holding on to his only life here inside the Wukong's command, and eventually Radon is strong enough. A double beyond godlike for Team Spirit. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, Laurel and Radon.
It's over, Austin.
It's over.
You don't need to cast anymore. It's over.
Thank you.
It's been over for a little bit here as Liquid, they had one last fight in them. It went horribly wrong. They will GG out.
Saberlight, I got one more in me. Nice.
What do you think he yelled?
Back in.
What do you yell at that point where you stun nothing on like the Hail Mary fight?
As a result, they will go down in a heavy 1-0. Team Spirit taking the lead early on to this best of 3.
Oh, I got one.
Maybe the Yatros Finn.
Oh, I was going to say Wraith King. I was going to say I swear to God, dude. It is one of the better matchups. It's not because you kill the Eidolons. It's because he can't kill the skeletons.
What do you think about that decisive?
Well, they're lacking the third ring to prove it, but
Anyway, I have no bias towards either of these teams in this cast.
Of course.
I'm just excited to see good Dota played, and I think Liquid are going to put up more of a fight in this game too because Tinker does not go down easy.
I mean, they put up a good fight in the first 15-20 minutes of game 1.
Collapse is dead.
And they're putting up a good fight right here. First blood for Mickey.
Mickey is by far the best carry Tanya right now. Is the Subaru that you pull out of your uncle's shed that's been there for 30 years because you got to get to work.
But it still runs,
But it
baby.
runs,
still runs.
It runs like it
beautifully.
did day one, and it gets the job done. That's
right.
Wraith King. So when you gotta
Well,
pull it out, you gotta pull it out.
Done right now, unless the job is dying, blocked in by the Eidolons a little bit. Okay, they do manage to get
That's
a
a
return.
Subaru right there.
That's
I really hope we don't have a car sponsor. I know some of these teams have a Mercedes sponsor. Those were some NA skeletons right there. I got the neutral.
March of the Machines, a snowball. It picks up, but Disruption dodged that damage, sure, but he's still surrounded by heroes and will fall, as will Rue, as the tag team goes to work. They get the return kill on a box. He'd be well worth it for Liquid.
Wow, Liquid trying.
I think it's cool looking.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't that the whole point of cosmetics?
I was gonna make a glance value argument here, but we'll save it for later. DD Bryle.
Value.
This is not the fight you want to be in right now if you're Spirit.
Yeah, they saw the amp damage get picked up, but the fight still happens, and Bryle takes full advantage of the situation. Yeah, okay, the poison's not going to be enough damage. Bryle is going to be fine, and he will TP back to the fountain real quickly before Radon shows up to punish him. What a kill that would have been.
Actually, that could have been a kill, but they will take the tower pressure anyway.
Flight chains. Rue.
Is that a black hole? I can't tell all. My glance value.
You're obnoxious as every Redditor. Bryle, he will manage to snag that kill eventually. And tower damage is being done.
Oh,
yeah. Saberlight already took that safe lane tower, came through the gate, went to that bottom. They failed on the kill on the Centaur, sure, but the pressure is ramping up. They've taken that side lane tower. Now the mid tower is almost down, and Boxy just managed to take away the Arcane Rune away from Laurel. Now he is probably going to die for it. Let's see if Insania keep him alive. Yeah, managed to get a little bit of a barrier, and that is enough to keep him up. Disruption goes out onto the last track. He's going to come back into a slight. Can he survive, though? Decrepify goes off, gives him a little bit distance. Bottling up. Boxy chasing after him, trying to find the Laurel. Just managed to get him inside the snowball with the tag team. They'll put him down. Still, though, Team Spirit get the better of the engagement. A third kill for the one Leshrac. Liquid. Radon is going to have to do some heavy lifting here. Saberlight going to be found in the jungle here. Backstabbed by Laurel. And he does have the rest of his team coming in behind him. Not enough to save him, I don't think. The shards, unless it's the beauty, it does manage to separate them a little bit. Saberlight's still on the run. He's got back to his team. Now with the barrier coming out from Insania, Saberlight feels like he can turn. He's got to be careful, though. Collapse is still going to sneak up on him. Hits it with a stomp. And the finishing blow, avalanche over the top. Saberlight somehow still alive. And all these heroes from Team Spirit, they're dropping fast. Saberlight still up. And the heroes of Team Spirit, they're just fully committed to this one. They're all going to die in order to get the offlaner of Team Liquid. 5-man wipe.
Tinker doing it all here. So much heal, so much sustain in this fight. If you don't bring that hero down, he wins all of these 5-on-5s.
Yeah.
Free moves equal free money, Austin.
That's
quote of the day.
It's something. Maybe we'll see the word of the day later on. Rue, he'll be run down here, but at least he got Laurel out of there. Jenkins somewhere was like, he just said word of the day. Clip that. Mickey tossed back, and the rest of the team is closing in.
This is where you wish you could turn your ult off.
Yeah.
I unskilled the guys, don't worry.
Man's not going anywhere. He's warp flared.
This is such a sad life.
Is he get that range creep? No, he doesn't get the range creep.
Is he even gonna get ratings in this game? I don't even know.
Dawn feels something he's never felt before. Fear.
I genuinely believe that at some point Team Spirit just watch Ace play pubs. And they just rate how successful they're going to be in a patch based on how well Ace is doing in pubs. They're like, what, this guy's Underlord, Greaves Pipe, Crimson win rate, 67%. Oh, God.
How can we play an aura meta, guys? It's just impossible. All right, the kill Radon, and now they're going to let loose that black hole as Collapse will hold on to his Stampede, knowing that there is no escape.
Terrorized him with the threat of it long enough to unleash it. Another double damage for this Ember. Give this hero every power rune in the game. It's likely not going to end well for you.
You could see the
embarrassing. Just embarrassing. An embarrassing day one.
Yeah, this is a pretty embarrassing game for Liquid, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think a good team would have closed it out in like 5 minutes.
14,000 net worth in 22 minutes.
All right, Hail Mary smoke from Spirit. They have the Bloodstone on the Leshrac. This is the moment.
They are still going to be running into the Ember Spirit, so the smoke is not going to surprise Liquid.
The Radiance is done. The damage is there.
They got him on the fall. Great Fire Blast.
They land.
They jump out, but it looks like the Ember Spirit may still die. No, he got picked up with the snowball, managed to slide Remnant away. Maybe they can run down Boxy. Maybe they can run down the other support as well. Insania's in trouble, and he's out of mana. Laurel has found his mark. This pesky Leshrac. No, he got pushed back by the Warfare. Meanwhile, the right-hand side, they do manage to kill Saberlight. That's two down on the side of Liquid. A combo goes out. Maposhka does die despite only one ring on Mickey. I can't believe he just managed to make that happen. Still, though, Split Earth is going to be able to land on him. Laurel is running out of mana, though, and Mickey hasn't run out of damage. He is threatened by that big old stick, but Radon is coming for some revenge. He backs up Laurel and is pushed forward. Hit by the slide again from Bryle. Slowed down a bit. Team Spirit managed to win a fight, but they don't take that much for it. Can they finish up Roshan?
Eidolon scouting. There's no way you can commit here, right?
Eidolons.
Dude, what a fight from Spirit, though. Honestly, they're so close to just wiping them there. And unfortunately, they did not pick up all those extra kills.
Liquid are just going to go right back to it, and the heroes of Team Spirit are a bit low, too. They're just going to run in, full health, and all these heroes smoked up. Avalanche, too. That's Radon, already out on his first life. Laurel's going to try and hit him with a splitter. Mickey is probably going to die in return. They do manage to get him. Radon does have a buyback if he wants to use it here, but the rest of the team, it looks like they may be able to fight without him, as just Barrett rallied around Laurel. His AoE damage is going to work. Still, though, Brile is healthy. Snowball on through to the back line. They already finished off Brew, and now they're going to take out Miposhka as well. Liquid certainly strong enough to win the second round of this bout, but Team Spirit do walk away with at least 2 of their cores.
Those are big kills. Huge kills.
Yeah, Roche is going to go to the other side of the map, so Team Spirit aren't worried about it. They smoke up, move to the other side of the map, try and set up some vision, perhaps get on a high ground.
This is a really nice play. You're preemptively setting up for Liquid.
Going to run into it. Oh, blink for blink. He does manage to dodge some of that, but his snowball will be his doom as he is rolled back into the rest of the team. Shards bumps him a little bit farther forward. They couldn't finish the lock job. Not right away anyway. Radon running into some heroes. Laurel's in trouble.
He cannot die.
1-1, winning the fight. Disruption goes out. Tries to buy him a little bit of time. That Pulse Nova is going out. Now the black hole onto 2 with nothing to stop it at the same time.
He healed a lot.
He's still off through all of this. Miposhka has kept him alive through the drain, and now Liquid are in a mosh pit of death that the AoE damage Laurel just will not stop. Radon in the mix. A warp flare to push him back, but the stomp on through from Collapse. Team Spirit upsetting the odds will take down Liquid in this fight. Boxty, one final blow to try and finish up Collapse, but he should have gone for the head. He misses the shot, and Laurel walks away with their ultra.
Dude, this Leshrac is a beast. 7,300 damage. Just tanks through everything. I thought he was done. Your catch is pretty bad. Your lane shove is okay.
And once you start splitting apart to be able to deal with the lanes, Liquid are going to pounce and try and get pick off. Laurel is going to get force staffed away. Saberlight, he didn't commit for the black hole. May still have an opportunity to do so with the warp flare. Now he's going to be able to commit, and Root had already used the disruption. Got him inside the cart. Collapse, what a save, and now he goes back in for the kill. Snowball picked up onto Mickey. Mickey turns back around, trying to deal with Radon. Not sure who he wants to go for. Laurel's in the middle of all of this, though, with the Leshrac. Gets pushed away by the warp flare. Good use of that one, while Insania stopped. Will not be able to TP out of this one. Collapse puts him down. Mickey still swinging in the middle of this one. Brile's into a bit of trouble. Nice use of the disruption. Dodging out of that damage. Collapse got away. Brile up on the high ground here, stuck up on a cliff, or does that mean just Radon can't find him anymore? As now he's going to be run down by Liquid off the buyback from Insania. They know they've got the defensive measures. Radon can't push the damage through. He will fall a second time.
On this Lesh, it just sustains through it. It's too much HP.
And they don't have buybacks. Mickey is a carry tiny. These builders going to drop fast. Team Spirit can't do anything to stop it. This is looking like it could be just a full lane. Is Harpoon back in? Miposhka going to be in some trouble with the Shivas running him down. Disruption goes off, sure, but you're probably coming back into a slight or a toss or an avalanche or just a good old-fashioned warp flare grab. What? No, the cart.
What?
The warp flare, did it disjoint the cart grab somehow?
He got disjointed on the pickup, or he just misclicked it? It looked like he was in the middle of grabbing him. Unlucky.
Yeah, that seemed pretty unlucky, and there it goes. Full lane. 5 seconds back up, though, for Radon. Team Liquid, are they going to keep the pressure up? Because Reincarnation is still on cooldown for 65 seconds. You could deliver a knockout blow, or you could reset here and play for the next Roche.
Roche can spawn in a minute. He's not getting bursted here. You have Tinker behind him as well. Yeah, they're going to let the lanes go in.
Laurel hitting in the tree, spotted for a second, blinks away before the Avalanche can hit its mark.
All right, so now you force the Roche. You're going to bring Spirit back out of the base while the base is getting hit by creeps. They're going to have to make a call here. They're going to have to go through your vision to get there. And they're going to have to fight into the BKB black hole to do it into the Tinker marches. Very tough fight to take.
Team Spirit, they put together one hell of a miracle before, but it seems like a second one is an impossibility here. Give up Rue. I mean, they're getting close to the pit. I just can't imagine trying to take this 4 versus 5. So they push in the mid lane.
Correct maneuvering from Liquid here. And they will get the Aegis. They'll get the banner. I mean, how do you create more damage threats in this lineup if you're Spirit too? That's another issue. If they could solve it, would make the fights easier. If this Wraith King can build enough DPS that he comes online and can be a threat to the Tinker or something, right? If you get to Nullifier territory, that changes the fight dynamic as well.
Yeah.
And so far behind.
They just don't have the heroes for that. Mickey spots Collapse. And they'll knock him around here a little bit. Meanwhile, Insania does get gone on by Radon, but he can protect himself pretty easily. He'll go back to deal with Collapse, who no point in using his ultimate. There's just too many stuns. Braille trying to catch more, but
getting shrink rate here. It's a bit demoralizing. You want to be the big man on the court, but you get shrunk down to size. Then you're even smaller compared to the tiny. He will just Goomba stomp you.
Getting smaller and smaller. Just like it seems their chances to win this game as Liquid getting a good hold of the map now. Top lane pretty pushed in, mid and bottom are pushed in, and they will go for the high ground assault with 3 minutes left on the Aegis. Split Earth, pulled it back in, got a quick grab though onto Maposhka. Just who they needed to kill.
That was just too easy. I mean, that is the one guy you got to protect here if you're Spirit. There was no cleanse, no disruption, no force staff in time. No stampede because the Centaur's dead.
Nullifier goes out on a Mickey, and he harpoons him and runs away. A buyback from Maposhka on that maneuver.
He cannot die again. Absolutely cannot afford to die again here. You gotta find an angle in this fight. You're waiting for the Centaur.
8 more seconds.
Back up. They're just gonna go through top lane maybe.
Well, they're gonna try again. See if they can fish for something off of the ward, but Team Spirit playing pretty careful. Get the D ward without risking any positioning of any heroes.
I think you have to find a smoke angle in this game if you're Spirit. You gotta smoke around the back or side. Maybe on a high ground ward you can place it. They have one here. You just gotta find supports or something.
Go after Mickey.
He's an isolated target.
He is a little bit isolated, and Insanio's gonna try and teleport to him, get stomped up immediately, and they will try and run him down with the Stampede. They surely got him. Now
that
he's
is
dead.
Massive. No buyback.
Split Earth on 2. Good setup by Laurel. Boxy snowballs up. Buys himself a little bit of time, but he's going straight into the 5-man of Team Spirit. 1 pickoff turns to 2, and that was a dieback earlier from the Tinker. Remember, he bought back long ago, so that is 100 seconds Team Spirit. They've effectively just killed the Aegis window for Liquid.
He is swinging like a truck.
Boxy, tons of utility, no Aghanim Scepter, spots Maposhka. Ooh, that's a dream kill. Brew is also acceptable. The dieback on Maposhka would have been great. They got Maposhka anyway. He tries to save Brew, and he gets tossed in, sandwiched upon Mickey.
No buy.
Finds the second opener, and now Team Spirit, despite the Divine Rapier coming in, it feels like this is going to remain an impossibility even if he can get that item.
He might get caught here too.
Yeah, he has to kind of desperately try and push out, has to BKB immediately. TP. I mean, Boxy's around, so he can't TP away. Laurel's gonna have to fight for this. He gets in there. Split Earth hits Mickey. Got it down to about half HP. Demonic Purge also going out. Warp Flare trying to create some distance while he snowballs Mickey away. Allows him to blink out. Very nicely played. Braille constantly in their face, interrupting them. Collapse is going to pick up Laurel and carry him away. This is going to be another dieback as Rue disrupts himself, but stuck in Black Hole.
Why not?
Know that the death of the supports leaves a huge opening for
Divine
Team Spirit or Team Liquid.
Divine Rapier flying in right now to Yatoro. He will just complete it. This has gotta make something magical happen here. You're missing both supports, no buybacks available. Radon, what can you do? Who can you kill?
Where's the opening? Who's he gonna jump on first? Laurel trying to force a reaction. Saberlight immediately used the black hole to him. They got him inside the Stampede. Pick up card. Collapse trying to drive him away. Laurel gets off his BKB, and he's going to fight it out with Radon. Radon dead on the first life. Coming back soon, though, with his Divine Rapier. Can he push through? Collapse with a buyback, trying to get on top of them here, but his stomp is on cooldown. He backs away. Radon backs away. They are running out of lives on Spirit.
Running out of lives, running out of time, running out of options. This Divine is only worth as much as the Wraith King can hit people. He just doesn't have BKB for these fights. Still waiting for the cooldown, 5 seconds. For this Wraith King BKB, make your last stand.
Mickey, Warp Flare, Centaur at half HP. Radon goes for him though. Harpoon tries to put the damage. The screws onto Mickey. It really doesn't work. A 4-staff gets him away, and Radon is used to BKB for pretty much nothing. One swipe on a Braille shows that even Braille is tanky enough to stand up against that Divine Rapier. Knockout punch from Boaxi with the snowball. Not quite enough. Maposhka managed to keep him alive, but inside the pit, Laurel's already dead, and there's no buyback for him. Radon will get back to the fountain. Divine Rapier still in hand, but but will he end the game with a loss on a Divine Rapier still in his inventory?
Not doing you any good on the final score screen.
He picks up a Blink Dagger, but immediately canceled by the laser. He gets tapped by that one. The throne is going to die, and sure enough, Radon, he will take the loss. Still holding on, still clutching to that Divine Rapier.
I mean, the King will not drop his sword here. They will drop the game as Liquid strike back with a pretty dominant game. I mean, they really slipped in that mid game. So I think you could argue how much they slipped and how much Spirit just pulled something out of nothing. But they managed to claw back, right? Again, I think this points towards the Mickey Tiny. This is just a player hero combo you do not want to play against.
Yeah.
Your win percentage is not going to be good generally. He's going to outscale you. He's going to make a decent amount of impact in that early mid game. Just a very tough hero combination to beat.
I mean, maybe we'll see some more. At least they're talking about off-lane Wraith King being some of the meta. We'll see. But in the end, Liquid do manage to even out the series 1-1, which means we're not going to a game 3 because a 2-game series. Isn't that right, Shiva?